Hey, good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. It's May 19th, 2025. Great to be with all of you. I'm still on the road right now, but I'll be heading home tomorrow night, and I'll be back in my regular spot for Daily Bites on Thursday. But first of all, we got to take care of what's happening today. As you can see on the board over here, the markets are selling off this morning. And why is that? Well, we had a Friday night massacre from Moody's. And they decided that Friday night was the time to downgrade the U.S. debt from AAA to AA. And who knows the reasonings for the timing or whatever. The other two rating agencies who rate debt, Fitch and S&P, all downgraded the U.S. debt in previous years, 2011 and 2023. So who knows what the rationale or reason was for the timing, but the fact is that it's not positive, but it's far cry from a huge negative. But as you recall, if you were around trading markets back when those two ratings were dropped, markets did get pretty volatile for a time, and then did actually rally, and we did actually see some fixed income buyers step in eventually and start buying bonds. So I suspect that that's going to happen again. One of the problems that we have currently right now is that yields are pushing up to levels that are not likable right now. And I'm talking about the 10-year yield at about 4.5%. So whenever we push up to that level, 4.5, we do get some backlash with markets, and we do have some risk off going on, which is what we have going on this morning. So it should be no surprise. Further, the overbought condition of the market is just too much to pass up right now. And what does that mean? I mean, basically, the condition of the market over the past 4 or 5 days has been pretty overbought. Now, a condition doesn't necessarily mean it's a signal to sell. It's not a signal. It's just a condition. And as I often like to say, there are a million reasons to sell and only one reason to buy. So maybe this debt downgrade was just good enough reason for people to start taking profits and pull money off the table. So we have quite a busy week in terms of earnings, not so much in economic data. We have a lot of Fed speak out today and tomorrow, and later in the week we'll have some important speeches as well too. As far as earnings are concerned, we have names like Home Depot and Lowe's and Target coming out this week, so retail is going to be pretty big. We have some tech names coming out as well too, so it's going to be a big week. And plus, don't forget, we have 5 trading days here in front of the next holiday. We have a holiday coming up next Monday, so even as volatility is starting to rise this morning, so the VIX futures up about 0.65 and the VIX cash up 2.25. That puts the VIX term structure in backwardation here for a little bit of time right now. We see it's just as volatility is starting to rise into the morning here. Don't forget, we often have volatility dropping into a 3-day weekend, and usually when volatility starts to drop, it means people are more likely to clamor for stocks and start doing some buying. So that could happen a little bit later on this week. I would suggest you, if you have haven't done any cash raising or putting on some defensive positions like some puts, do that today. Still very, very helpful, because this could certainly spill over for another day or two if there is more selling to be done. Play it light right now. I certainly wouldn't jump in there and start buying things on this first dip right here. I have to kind of see how things settle out before stepping in here right now. I do see that some names like UNH, which one we talked about last week in the chat room, is up a little bit this morning. But other than that, we have some down stuff. With Coinbase is down. I saw Bitcoin was up over 105,000 over the weekend. Looks like it pulled back a little bit. We have what do we have? HIMS is down. We have Meta is down about $12 here today. Netflix is down. Tesla's getting hit pretty hard. But these are fairly normal moves after the stock market has made a huge move, as it did last week. Don't forget, S&P 500 and the Nasdaq up all 5 days last week. It's a pretty rare event to see that happen. So it does happen from time to time, but it's pretty rare. I think it's going to be it, everyone. Have a great day. Take your time. Be careful today. And take it slow. Keep some protection on. I still have some puts on that were getting blasted last week, and now they're coming alive today. So raise your cash, just sit back and wait and see how things unfold. And when the opportunity arises to jump in on some trends and some momentum, we'll be there. And if you're in the chat room, I'll see you a little bit later today. Thanks very much for watching, everyone, and we'll see you on Thursday morning. Thanks.